Short Story 108. The Lost Melody. Lily hums softly, her fingers dancing across the worn keys of her grandmother's piano. Dust motes swirled in the afternoon sunlight that streamed through the attic window, illuminating the faded portraits in chipped china lining the dusty shelves. The melody under her fingertips, a melancholic tune passed down through generations, always brought a wave of bittersweet nostalgia. It spoke of a past she never knew, of a land beyond the towering city walls, a land her grandmother called the Valley of Echoes. Lily had grown up within the confines of the city, its concrete jungle her only world. As a child, she often listened to her grandmother's tales of rolling green hills, clear blue skies, and a vibrant symphony of nature, sounds the city could never replicate. But those stories had become fragmented memories now, their details slowly fading with the passage of time. Her grandmother, the source of these stories and the melody, had passed away a year ago. Lily missed her dearly. It was the melody, the only tangible piece of her grandmother's heritage, that kept her memory alive. Today, however, the tune felt different. There was a new urgency, a pull that seemed to resonate from within, the very notes themselves. Suddenly, a gust of wind swept through the attic, rattling the window panes and causing the portraits on the shelves to sway precariously. A book, nestled amongst the china, tumbled open, revealing a yellowed map with faded markings and cryptic symbols. Goosebumps broke out on Lily's arms as she recognized the symbols. They were from her grandmother's stories, representing elements of nature like wind, water, and earth. Intrigued, Lily traced the strange symbols with her fingertips, a sense of purpose replacing the initial shock. The wind outside seemed to pick up, whistling through the window in a strange yet familiar rhythm. It was the same rhythm as the melody she had been playing, urging her forward. Driven by unseen force, Lily grabbed the map and descended the creaking attic stairs. The rest of the house was eerily silent. Her parents were away for the weekend, leaving her alone with the whispers of the past and the strange pull of the wind. Lily stepped outside, the map clutched tightly in her hand. The wind, now a gentle breeze, seemed to guide her, leading her through the labyrinth streets of the city into unfamiliar territory. She walked for hours, the map symbols guiding her way, leading her further and further from the only life she had ever known. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the cityscape, Lily found herself approaching a dilapidated wooden bridge spanning a narrow river. The map led her onto the bridge, its weathered planks creaking ominously beneath her weight. She reached the other side, a shiver running down her spine as she stepped onto a dirt path cloaked in twilight. The city lights faded behind her, replaced by the twinkling stars of a vast open sky. The air, unburdened by the city's pollution, filled her lungs with a sense of pure, exhilarating freedom. It was as if she had stepped into a forgotten world, a world untouched by the harsh realities of her urban life. As she continued walking, the path opened into a clearing bathed in ethereal glow of the moon. In the distance, nestled amidst a valley veiled in mist, were rolling hills illuminated by the faint light of fireflies. It was breathtakingly similar to the descriptions from her grandmother's stories. A lump formed in Lily's throat, her heart overflowing with a mix of excitement and apprehension. Then, from the valley below, she heard it, a faint yet unmistakable melody carried on the gentle breeze. It was the tune she had been playing, the melody of the Valley of Echoes, echoing back to her from the very land it described. With tears welling up in her eyes, Lily took a step forward, drawn by the music and the memory of her grandmother. The path led downhill, and as she descended, the melody grew clearer, richer, accompanied by the sweet sounds of nature, the chirping of crickets, the rustling of leaves, and the gurgling of a hidden stream. Reaching the valley floor, Lily found herself amidst a sprawling meadow carpeted with wild flowers. The fireflies danced around her, their twinkling lights painting the scene in a magical glow. And there, in the centre of the meadow, stood a majestic oak tree, its ancient branches cradling a weathered wooden bench upon which sat an old woman. The woman was gazing at the moon, a serene smile gracing her lips. As Lily approached, the woman turned, her eyes twinkling with recognition. It was an older version of her grandmother, with the same kind eyes and warm smile. "Lily," the woman said, her voice soft and melodic, "you have found your way home." Tears streamed down Lily's cheeks as she ran into her grandmother's embrace. The hug felt warm and real, filled with a lifetime of love and longing. "Grandmother," Lily choked out, "I thought I lost you." "You never did, my dear," her grandmother replied, stroking her hair. "The melody, the stories, they were always a part of you, guiding you home." Lily looked around the valley, taking in its beauty. The air smelled of fresh earth and wild flowers, a stark contrast to the polluted air of the city. The night sky was a canvas of stars, brighter and more numerous than she'd ever seen. This is the Valley of Echoes," she whispered, still trying to grasp the reality of the situation. Her grandmother smiled. "It is. A place where nature and music intertwine, where memories echo through the ages." They spent the night under the starlit sky, Lily asking questions about her family history and the valley. Her grandmother filled her in on the details of their forced migration to the city generations ago, driven by war and hardship. But they had never forgotten their roots, preserving their traditions and stories through the melody. As the sun peeked over the horizon, painting the valley in hues of orange and pink, Lily knew she had to make a difficult decision. She felt an undeniable pull towards this magical place, a sense of belonging she had never experienced in the city, yet a part of her missed her parents and her life there. Seeing the turmoil in her granddaughter's eyes, her grandmother took her hand. "Lily," she said gently, "the Valley of Echoes will always be here, waiting for you. But your journey isn't over yet. You have choices to make, experiences to gather, and your own melody to write." Lily understood. Although a part of her yearned to stay, she knew she had to return to the city and share her experience with her parents. Perhaps someday she could return to the valley, sharing its wonders and its music with the world. With a heavy heart and a promise to return, Lily said goodbye to her grandmother. The old woman gave her a small, intricately carved wooden whistle, its surface etched with the same symbols from the map. "Carry this with you, Lily," she said. "The melody is within you now, and wherever you go, it will guide you home." Lily blew on the whistle, and a familiar melody filled the air, the melody of the Valley of Echoes. Tears filled her eyes as she turned and walked away, carrying the music in her heart and the promise of a future intertwined with the echoes of the past. Vocabulary notes. General. Hummed. To sing softly without using words. Melancholy. Sad and pensive. Nostalgia. A sentimental longing for the past. Fragmented. Broken into pieces. Urgency. A strong feeling that something needs to be done immediately. Intrigued. Very interested and curious. Labyrinth. Complex and confusing like a maze. Twilight. The time between sunset and complete darkness. Ethereal, delicate and beautiful, like something from another world. Apprehension, a feeling of worry or fear about what might happen. Serene, calm and peaceful. Turmoil, a state of great confusion and trouble. Yearned, to desire something strongly. Intricately, in a complex and detailed way. Etched, to carve a design or inscription into something. Pensively, in a thoughtful and introspective way. Objects. Attic, the room at the top of a house. Piano, a large musical instrument played by pressing keys. Map, a drawing that shows the features of an area. Symbol, a picture or object that represents something else. Bridge, a structure built over water or a gap. Path, a track or route leading from one place to another. Clearing, a space in a forest or wood where there are no trees. Meadow, a field of grass and wildflowers. Firefly, a small insect that lights up at night. Oak tree, a large and long-lived tree with strong branches. Bench, a long seat for 2 or more people. Whistle, a small instrument that makes a high-pitched sound when blown. Feelings and emotions. Bittersweet, mixed with pleasure and pain. Goosebumps, bumpy skin caused by feeling cold or excited. Exhilarating, producing feelings of excitement and pleasure. Tears welling up, tears forming in the eyes. Recognition, the act of realizing who or what something is. Deniable, impossible to deny or ignore. Story written by Google Bard AI, image created by Adobe Firefly AI. Hello, this is Steve. If you enjoyed the story, please would you click on the like icon and take the time to leave a meaningful comment. If you want to know when the next story has been uploaded, please click on the notify bell icon to be notified. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and tell your English learning friends so they can benefit too. Thank you.